How's it going, water signs? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video. So welcome back to Ascend to Sacred Healing. I have been feeling called to do some collective readings. I've had the energy and I'm ready to jump in. So if you're new to my channel or if you've been waiting for me to post, I know it's been a few months. How have you been? Let me know in the comments. How have you been? How have you been feeling? How have these transits been affecting you? What have you been struggling with or evolving from, I guess? There's a lot going on in the collective. I've been taking my time away from social media because it's really been important during these transits in this time, especially after, I want to say June or July. Yeah, within July, I was just like, okay, it's time to take a step back. And then, you know, August and September came and I was like officially ready to just take a break. I want to make sure we are focused. Yeah, there we go. I was like, it's definitely time for me to take a break. But anyways, yeah, welcome back to my channel. I have been feeling in the collective and noticing that a lot of people have been going through extreme amounts of transformation, if not feeling like there's a bit of chaos happening around you. And that's just an overall observation. We're going to tap into the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios, see how you guys are doing for the month of October 2023, what's going to be coming up for you, what you should be focusing on, what might be clearing for you, or something that you might need to be going inward for. There's a lot that has been going on the external, if not just coming to the surface, and I think a lot of people are looking for answers, not realizing that a lot of the things that are coming up are either asking you, how are you going to show up in this moment right now to play this out different, or what have you been ignoring, right? What have you been ignoring during this time that now needs your attention? You know, what cycles have you been repeating in friendships and partnerships and social aspects that you can probably make a better decision around? I was like, I think I was cooking yesterday or driving, but I remember hearing Spirit say, sometimes you have to sacrifice the comfortability, or, you know, that the things that you're most comfortable about, are comfortable about being around and doing, in order to move forward, because those are normally the things that are holding you back. And I was like, yes. And I felt like that was a reminder for myself. That was a reminder for the collective. So, you know, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it regardless of where I am in my journey. And yeah, let's hop into this. So, I usually go with the flow of, my readings and see what just comes up. I intuitively hear guidance from Spirit, and then I like to use the cards as visualization for those who like cards versus just a video of talking. So we're just gonna see what the month holds, October holds for the zodiac signs of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for the month of October 2023, and then we will just expand and let the cards do their thing. All right, everyone, just take a moment, take a deep breath, and exhale. We just want to be in this present moment. Thank the universe, thank God, thank our spirit guides, angels, ancestors, team for holding us in their sacred space and protection. We like to thank you for honoring us, for guiding us on this journey, and for bringing clarity to us, bringing us healing and awareness. We like to know, what messages do you have for the water signs for the month of October 2023? What guidance can you give the Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancers? Spirit. I'm hearing it's time to buckle down. It's time to buckle down. I'm hearing that for Cancers and Scorpios. You have confidence is key to your success with the new moon in Leo. We do have a full moon coming up this week, Friday, the 29th, and I believe it's in Aries. Aries can come off very external, very in your face. It can be explosive, it can be extroverted, you know, but with the full moon, with the cycle coming to a close, it's like, how can you, whatever might be coming up, how can you address this in a way that, interesting, the water signs have both new moons, so new cycles. So you have confidence is key in success and bring love into the situation. What I'm hearing right now for you guys, water sign, there's a situation that's going to be approaching you, whether it's a job opportunity, love, an opportunity in general, where you're going to be asked to come from a space of your heart center. Although this is Leo is a fire sign, Aquarius is an air sign, I'm feeling a lot of heart-centered focus energy, and being able to be confident in yourself, confident in this new beginning, confident in this this exciting moment in time, but coming from a space of your heart. Which is interesting because the Aquarius can definitely activate a lot of the mind. A lot of the mind, I feel like a lot of the things that you are experiencing right now is all in your mind. It's all happening in your mind. A lot of the chatter, a lot of the visions, a lot of the conflicts you might be having, you're having them in your mind, right? And Spirit is asking you, God is asking you to bring these thoughts and these visions more into your heart space. I was reading this passage when I pulled a card from my Isis deck, and the quote was, when you're faced with conflict or something uncomfortable or something that might trigger your fight or flight, the passage was saying, instead of kind of falling into it or becoming the energy of the exchange, you say to yourself, I see the divine in this situation, person, place, or thing. So instead of seeing if that person's being combative, if that person's being angry, if that person is being, nasty towards you, you're not going to become their energy. You're going to become or be in the divine energy of love, right? And it's not to say like, be ignorant and be like, oh, it's love and light, because if you're in danger, you're in danger. Or if you feel that you're not in a great space, then obviously use your discernment and move how you necessarily need to move to feel safe. But what I'm picking up from this is that there's a lot of, and we are in the fall season, so it can very much feel like there's a lot of shadow parts popping up, a lot of darkness during this season, which is very much normal around this time, where things start to get a little bit even more dense because of the fall going into the winter, right? That's where a lot of the things go dormant, a lot of things go dead. That's where spirit and a lot of things behind the veil become active. So you want to make sure that you aren't falling into these traps that are trying to manipulate you and bring you into their web, right? I'm hearing web. Spiders might be a theme for some of the water sign. As I'm looking at the Leo card, it's saying, you know, I have a new angle, so excuse me if I try to make sure that, you know, the camera is right. And I want you guys to be able to see these cards. Okay, beautiful. Even though you're confident, make sure that you're not stepping too far outside of your heart with your confidence. Leo has a big heart. Leo has a heart of a lion, right? Their confidence isn't cocky. It's really anchored in truth and knowing who they are and believing in themselves and knowing that they're connected to the divine and to God. That's where their fire comes from. That's where their power comes from. That's where their strength. It doesn't come from an outside dark source or envy or revenge. Yeah, there's something around there with some water signs where this darkness might come up or try to trigger you in that you need revenge or you need to prove something to someone. And it's like, why are you going to fall into that trap? Right? You need to see the divine in this situation. You need to see, and if you don't know what the divine is to you, maybe this is a moment for you to figure out what is the divine to me. To me, divine is close to source, is God. I feel as though God is many layers and many faces and many energies, I guess you can put it, for me. And so when I say divine, source, and God, I really mean the same thing. I mean the same thing, just different aspects, I guess, of God. I hope I'm explaining that right. But anyways, let's clarify this. Let's see what else Spirit is going to give the water signs. Spirit, can you tell me more about these new moons in Leo and Aquarius for the water signs in October? Oh, look at that. What did I say? That heart chakra. I was like, it's definitely giving me heart chakra energy, right? You have that heart chakra coming in. Beautiful. And then you have spiritual strength. Like I said, being tested. And it's not in a way that you actually are being tested. It's more so an opportunity coming up for your spiritual gifts to be strengthened, right, within the heart chakra. You've worked so hard this summer. You've worked so hard this year with honoring your heart, with clearing out your heart and decluttering it from all this pain. You've experienced a lot of heartbreak. You've experienced a lot of confusion. Spirit is saying now it's time for you to trust in your heart and have confidence in the things that would best support it, would best have you feeling confident in yourself, right? Confident in your being, in your knowing. You don't need to tell a lion it's a lion. The lion knows. Beautiful. I feel like that's so, how are we gonna move this? I'm also doing a different type of setup. I'm just flowing right now. So roll with me on this. Let's see. All right, angels, what guidance and clarity can you give the water signs for the month of October in 2023? Going off of this continued message of spiritual strength with their heart chakra. There are some family dynamics I'm hearing that are needed to be addressed. Some it's more so internal within yourself, coming to acceptance. I was gonna say, can I just have one more? Thank you so much, Spirit. Beautiful. You have prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams. You have gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environment. You have compassion. Soften your heart and respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Remember when I was talking about earlier about having this heart, doing things from a place of revenge or anger, and that's that shadow part, that darkness that wants to trap you into thinking like that's your motive of, your fuel. I'm sorry, not your motive, your fuel. There we go. Thank you. That's your fuel, and that's not the case. If you have that in your heart, you want to start asking Spirit to help you clear that out, because that is only going to keep you in a cycle that is not for your highest good. That's going to keep you in this feeling of, I have to prove them wrong. I have to do this. And I've been reading this book called, or I just finished reading this book called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And it's about coming out of your zone of, there's like 3 different zones, but basically he was talking about going into your zone of genius, where you are like at your expert level of something that you find so much joy in doing, and there's no other motivation outside of that, because it's something that's true to you versus what someone's told you need to do, who you need to become, who you're being, or who, your parents said that what you should do to, make a living, etc., etc. And when you are in your zone of genius, at each level, you kind of hit a limitation. And sometimes it can look like fear. Sometimes it can look like unworthiness. Sometimes it can look like anger. And what Gay talks about is getting behind that fear and seeing where it's really stemming from. Because sometimes you being afraid of doing something could be like, well, I'm afraid of public speaking. And it's just like, well, what's behind that? And it could be like, well, when I was younger, I used to get made fun of because I had a lisp, or, I used to stutter. And just unpacking it. Again, I'm kind of speaking really, really vague about it, but it's a really great book. I ended up listening to the Audible. It only took like a day and a half, so I would definitely recommend it. This compassion card, again, soften your heart, because there are opportunities and things that are being presented to you that you will need to have compassion for yourself, Spirit is saying, because they're not going to present themselves as they normally will, right? As something that you would normally, whether you get opportunities that like come out of nowhere and they're super fast, you have to give them, an answer right away. It could be a job that like, you don't want to do, but it makes good money. And then this opportunity comes and it's something that you never thought you would get the opportunity for. You get good money and now you're like, wait, this can't be real. Like, this is too good to be true. So Spirit is asking you, with all of the spiritual work that you're doing right now, because we understand that spiritual strength and working towards healing is multidimensional. It's never really ending. It's always evolving and circling and becoming greater. And you become a teacher and a master within yourself, within your own knowing and truth. I hope you guys are keeping up. Because prosperity is your birthright, water signs. Prosperity is your birthright. I know, Beyonce said that, and she meant it. Beyonce said it, like, it is our birthright. Society, unfortunately, had to lie to us in order to keep to keep the scales unbalanced. And now the scales are coming into balance for those who have been doing the work, who are worthy, who know that they're worthy, who it's within their bloodline that this prosperity balances out so that they are able to create this generational wealth, right? You might be the first millionaire in your bloodline. You might be the first one to have a business. You might be the first one to own land. You might be the first one to kick a habit, a drug habit, to have a better health. Prosperity doesn't just mean financial. It could also mean prosperity, just as an abundance. We want to say that, you have prosperity in your health, you have prosperity in your home, you have prosperity in love. You want it to expand beyond the material. Although we have respect and love for money and we have a great relationship with it and understanding that exchange, it can go beyond the dollar, right? So you really want to work on, again, having gentleness, water signs, having gentleness for yourself, having an open mind, having an open perspective of this new space, because you're already in this new beginning. It's not gonna happen. It's not on its way. Spirit's saying it's here, and all it takes is for you to change your perspective in your mind. And I'm focusing on this blue area around the crown because there is a lot of cloudiness happening for some of the water signs. And October, again, is going to challenge you to see how well you are really going to be implementing all that you have learned, right? All the spiritual work, all the tools that you've picked up in the last month, in the last year, in the last 5 years, 10 years, however long you've been doing this. I feel like the water signs are really waiting for the dam to break. That's the visual I'm getting, is like you're waiting for there to be a break in this dam and the water just floods. It just flows. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, water signs. Beautiful. All right. Now, if you are someone who likes to watch readings for love, I do tap into love, but it's not really that intentional. So I do encourage you to continue to keep watching because it can pop up. Just through the message by itself, I like for these readings to just be as organic as possible. I really don't want to pressure spirit into giving us specific stuff because I feel like right now, at least from what I'm being guided, it could take away from the most valuable messages that we need to hear. And I say we because I'm also a water sign. So for me, I'm always focused on the mastering of myself so that I could create this prosperity and I could have this healing in this beautiful space of my heart. And I learned and I can embody this gentleness within myself because I've been so hard on myself. I've been so like rigid with my spiritual practice. I've been so rigid with my healing. I've been so rigid with like, I need to do better. My life needs to get better. There's so much in knowing that it is safe to be gentle with yourself, water signs. Specifically, I'm seeing Pisces and Cancers. Scorpio, I feel like you like a little spice. You like a little rigidness. Keeps you going. But to each his own. So do with that information as you will. I would like to pull a animal card for each zodiac sign just to see what spirit animal is supporting you in the month of October. Water signs, I feel like animal spirits are really important and vital right now to call on. So whatever animal spirit comes out for you guys, I do encourage you to look it up, see if the message resonates with you, first of all, and then secondly, see if you start seeing those animals in your daily life. It doesn't have to be in the actual physical. It could be like in movies, it could be in conversation, it could be on billboards, things like that. Those are synchronicities, those are spirit confirming, you know, these messages are for you. All right, let's start with Pisces. Pisces, Spirit, what animal spirit is supporting and guiding Pisces for the month of October? That's too many. Let's shuffle it again. I was going to say it's the elk, but which is a beautiful one, but let's just one card for each sign, Spirit, if you may. Sometimes I request it and Spirit's like, no. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. Actually, let me one more time, because I'm not 100% sure about it. It's like a yes or no. I just want to... Okay. Thank you. Spirit, what spirit animal is with the Pisces for October 2023? They're going to give me multiple, so we'll just take them. We will remember that the elk came out for the for Pisces earlier. So you have the moth, you have the frog. Oh, beautiful. You have the dolphin and you have the crow. Awesome. So I'm just going to read some of the passages from these. I do want to just read really quickly what the elk meant, because that was one of the first cards, but it means stable, resilient, hard work, the father. So your masculine energy for the water sign, for the Pisces. Is also an earth element. All right, so let's see. We're going to go with the crow first. Or not, because the frog comes, yep. Frog is all about clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog, the water element, are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, it needs for cleansing and rejuvenation and regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. I definitely resonate with this message because, again, with all of the spiritual practice and the spiritual strength, all of the clearing that you've been doing with that heart chakra, right? Connecting all that spiritual work that you have been putting in, it's so vital right now to make sure that you are cleansing yourself. You are using the water element as a cleanse. You being the water element, Pisces, it's really important that you tap into your own element. So that means going to the beach. That means having your affirmations and rituals, whether it's in a spiritual bath, whether it's in the shower. What I like to do also is speak intention into my teas and my herbal teas and my water that I drink. So anything with water is going to be really vital and a beautiful tool for you to stay clear from a lot of the buildup that you have accumulated through your healing journey, right? All right, beautiful. Dolphin is also another water element. And it says, I feel like it's like, dolphin can represent like the playfulness of life. Sorry, I'm like looking for, there we go. Dolphin is the healer, the light, the blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the world and the wheel of karma that come in contact with the dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on its way. Pisces, again, you guys are definitely in the midst of a beautiful blessing, a beautiful awakening with these cards, and understanding that your work, if you've come across this video, if you're watching this video, the work that you have been putting in is going to pay off, right? It is already paying off. All the things that you have been intentionally speaking about, wanting to change your life around, those things are being put into motion. Those things are being put into motion. But again, having awareness that in the month of October, it's going to now ask you to make the right decisions, right? But I already trust in the fact that you have done all this work again on your heart chakra so that you can lead with this heart chakra. You can lead with your spiritual knowledge and your strength and your discernment versus just being in the mind, right? Versus just being in the mind of, I forgot what card it was. Oh, there we go. Just being in the mind. The mind is necessary when it needs something logical. But right now, Pisces, you're definitely being urged to trust in your heart. To trust in your heart with what blessings and beautifulness is going to be emerging for you. All right, we're going to read one more card. The moth as well is about having that light. Let's see, both air, so I've been seeing bees too. So the crow is a spiritual strength, creativity, watch flow. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friend, and regular studies. And then really quick, I just want to do the moth and then I'll go back to the crow. Like I said, there is going to be heightened spiritual gifts in October, specifically for the Pisces, and you will be able to tap into those and utilize those. Again, having balance within the mind and the spirit, in the heart. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when you're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personality that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mastery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Oh, sorry. That one was so good. I haven't gotten moth energy in so long. This was such a beautiful reminder. This was really beautiful, Pisces. I'm happy that I kept shuffling because I feel like these cards really represent such a beautiful unfolding and reminder of this unfolding, that you are going to be coming into something so magnificent and so beautiful. But to remember to cleanse yourself, remember to keep yourself in your element. As much as the frog is on land and needs to ground itself, it needs its water element always, because you will be sitting on a beautiful egg that is waiting to hatch. You will be tapped into spirit so deeply. But understand that as the moth energy, again, you want to look at it from a wider lens. You want to always see it from the greater perspective of the journey versus like that narrow view, and wishing that if you do run into hard times, you do run into challenges, that you wish that they were over. You want to see what's coming up and how you can get through the challenge versus how you can get around it and just make it disappear, right? Beautiful, Pisces. Beautiful. Oh, let's keep that. All right, let's pull a card for Cancers. Spirit, what spirit animals are supporting the Cancers zodiac sign for the month of October 2023? Another multi pile. You have the peacock, octopus, lion, that Leo energy. You have starfish, even though it wanted to be in reverse. And then you have the nightingale. Cancers, okay. Okay, Cancers. You have a lot going on. A lot going on in your heart space, a lot going on in your mental with the octopus, feeling surrounded by that darkness. You'll be feeling that energy in October, wanting to what's the word? Wanting to utilize that information that you're getting. And Spirit is saying, just be still. Take your time, gaze. Let's read some of these passages for these animals. I always like, even though I intuitively read the messages, I do enjoy reading the passages that come with them, because maybe it brings out something more that you might not have heard from Spirit. So let's start with the starfish. Beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. The starfish is a natural beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is these creatures have been reluctant on how they look for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? Tapping into the messages that we were talking about earlier, right? What is your fire? What is fueling your fire, right? When it comes to your purpose, are you doing things out of revenge or out of pure joy? Are you doing things because someone told you to, or are you being authentic to yourself, Cancers? Right? I'm going to go to that peacock because I feel like that message with the peacock will definitely piggyback off of the starfish. And that is an earth element. There we go. All right, peacock, inner beauty, compassion. The beauty of the peacock is unrevealed. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level acceptance of the self and others. Beautiful. The peacock, I just kept seeing the feathers, like it exposing its feathers, because it knows deep down, no matter what's going on, it's beautiful. It is magnificent. I feel like Spirit is reminding you, despite what your outside circumstances might be happening and might be showing you, where you might feel that you are not being recognized, or you are not being celebrated as the peacock that you are, right? You should still know within, from a space of self-awareness, that your beauty is inward, and it will expand out. This feels like a reminder to not be flashy in that you're trying to get attention or validation. There we go. Spirit is like, you don't need outward validation. You don't need for someone to tell you how special you are and how important you are to this work and to this world. Even though that's going to happen, you need to always stay and know that you are the starfish, you are the peacock, you are the definition of beauty, right? And you need to protect that, and you need to honor that. All right, so really quickly, the Nightingale is really just all about a messenger, listening to spirit. The Lion is a master of the fire element, and the living mascot is self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. Remember, I was just talking about earlier, is like, you know, the focus right now is really about self-mastery, really about mastering that mind with the octopus, right? You might still be in this hermit mode, in this self-isolation, right? And Spirit's like, and you're ready to come out. You're ready to open your wings. You're ready to show all the things you've learned, Cancers. And Spirit's like, be an observer. Be an observer. Be still, right? There's no need to rush and hurry. The lion's never showy. But again, you don't need to tell a lion is a lion. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense, Cancers. Keep listening to Spirit. Spirit is guiding you. I feel like a lot of the Cancers are in this space of self-mastery and getting all these beautiful downloads to continue their self-mastery. And ooh, Cancers, when you guys rise up out of the ashes, and you're not even rising up out of the ashes, you're gonna be rising up from the darkness, right? Because you've already done the phoenix thing. You've already risen from the ashes. But now you're going to be coming from hibernation, right? All right. Let's go, Scorpios. How y'all living, Scorpios? I feel like, I mean, your month is coming up anyways. October is your month, so I feel like this is your time. This is your element. So let's see, Spirit, what animals are supporting the Scorpios for the month of October? Ooh, those are definitely too many. I will definitely take the first one. Ooh, sea serpent. Yeah. That dying to yourself, huh, Scorpios? Crocodile. Let's see if we get one more. Wow, Scorpios are only ones that got one at a time. Of course they did. Of course they did, because they don't like all that. They don't like when people talk too much or give them too much all at once. Right? The sea serpent is a spirit card, which represents Emotional wounds, healing emotional wounds. And that is for the second chakra, which is your sacral. All right, so I'm going to read this passage for the Scorpios. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotion, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of the card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know that we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are mindful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment. I'm going to stop right here. A lot of Scorpios right now are experiencing, I feel like are going through a place where, although they're used to a certain element, or they're used to a certain environment, but the evolution of your spirit is like no more of this self-judgment, no more of this guilt, no more of this shame, and you're in a space where your emotional wounds are actually being more exposed than normal, and you are unaware of what to do with them. I feel you want to make the right move, but you don't know how. Let's just say that. The current of expressions stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of your emotion lives look like, lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us. The subtle energy of the sea serpent accompanies the area of the second chakra, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire. It is associated with the water element. Again, if you are feeling out of balance emotionally, Scorpios, if you are feeling that you have not been in your creative bag, if you've been feeling that you have not been feeling your most sensual, most beautiful self, if you have not been feeling like you know who you are, because I feel like Scorpios, like, you just exude and know this part about you, like there's no denying it. So when it's out of balance, you just kind of you act erratical. There we go, spirits. Where it's like you it's not even like you go into hermit mode. You just start acting real, just like not yourself. That's when you know that your second chakra, which is your sacral, which is around your womb area. Everyone has a womb or like an area of the womb. So if you're having irregular periods, if you have been having a lot of cramping, bloating, things that just haven't been feeling right in that area, you want to see and tap in if there's any blockages or things that can come up for you and be released. Whether there's a conversation you need to have, an emotion that needs to take center stage and that you need to honor it, I really encourage you guys to do so. And I'm just going to read the top part of each of the last two, because again, these videos are pretty long. And I try not to make them long, but you know, we're not going to judge the message. The crocodile is all about resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. The hummingbird is all about positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. When in balance, the hummingbird is smart, curious, loves to learn. When out of balance, it is pushy, insistent, and sharp. I feel like, again, if you are experiencing an imbalance within your sacral, within your creativity and expression, it's really time. I think October will support you in tapping back into that, right? Having balance between creating as well as resting, as well as taking in this water element energy, as well as being able to utilize it at the right moment. I feel like timing is so important for Scorpios right now. Timing is really important. Clearing out that serpent energy. Clearing out that serpent energy. And honoring yourself during your month, Scorpio. Beautiful. So just to close up, let's see what Spirit has for the water signs for October when it comes to love and finances. Beautiful. Love and finances. I'm hearing that there's like a curse being lifted. There's something being lifted when it comes to your finances, water signs. Something that has not been able to be done in your lifeline. You have moving on in partnership and alliances. Spirit is saying that whatever this past being, it's time to let that go. That old life is gone. You're walking into newer and more abundant partnerships, whether it's romantic or in career. Tell me more about these partnerships and alliances, Spirit, for the water signs of October. Yeah. You have the Chariot, things that are coming in. Clarify this Chariot, what's coming in with this partnership and alliance for the water signs for the month of October. Beautiful. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a new cycle, new beginning, and you have Trapped in Fear. Trapped in Fear, what I'm feeling from these two cards is that you have this new beginning, this new promise, right? This new destiny that's popping up for you, and you're still in your mind about your limitations, right? When I was talking about earlier the book The Big Leap, right? What are your upper limitations that are stopping you from believing and for leaning in and welcoming in these destiny, this new beginning, this new partnership, whether it be financial, meaning like business, or it be romantic, or both, right? I feel like there's an opportunity for you to overcome this fear, water signs. There's an opportunity for you to master and get on the other side of this window, right? Because this is something that is created in your mind. This card, so these cards, the borders have themes, and this border is mental. It's the mental energy. The black ones are my major arcana, but these are saying that this is in your mental mind, that trapped in fear, feeling like you can't move, you can't go anywhere, like you're not even prepared for, this thing that's coming up. But Spirit is like, yes, you are. That there would be no reason that we're telling you it's time to move on from this dark space, right? From this dark element, from all this healing that you've done, all this work you've done, even if it is to start something so little that it just like, it almost feels like a breadcrumb. You're like, oh, this is love. All this person is doing is offering me a new job, a new friendship. We just connected on loving matcha, and it's just like, I wanted something grand and big, and Spirit's like, but you're not even giving this an opportunity. You're trying to talk yourself out of the whole thing when this was divinely made for you. I don't know, water signs. I feel like some of you are in a space where you're ready for this to come in. You've been waiting for this horse to ride in, right? You've been waiting. But Spirit is just reminding you, like, listen, when it comes in, your mind might want to talk you out of it, right? Things might start popping up that's like, oh, like, nope, this is a red flag. I was gonna say this is a red flag, or you know, this shouldn't happen. And it's just like, yeah, but remember that wide lens. Remember that person, you know, use your discernment, but also go into your heart space, right? Beautiful, because I think that's really important for the month of October, that, you know, we go in it with this open heart and telling and reminding ourselves we are safe to have this open heart. Because if we are in danger, if something is not right, your guides are going to let you know. And it's up to you to trust them to make the right choices to put you back into safer waters. All right, water signs, I hope that this message really resonates with you. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you for watching into the end. If you did, I don't know my schedule yet for when I'll be posting again, but you know, I might be back mid-October. All right, talk to you later, water signs.